Good night, esteemed candidates, faculty, and fellow students. Welcome to the Council Presidential Debate. Today, our candidate will present their vision mission, and that's already been done in our speech during the presidential speech. We will now begin the vision and mission questioning session. Each candidate will direct a question to another candidate seeking clarification or challenging aspects of their proposed plans. Candidate, please ensure your questions are respectful and focus on the content of vision and mission presented. Now we will begin the debate. PO1, we now open the session for PO1. PO2 and PO3 can questions regarding PO1 vision and mission. 4 minutes starting now. We give the chance to PO2 and PO3 to questions vision and mission for PO1.
Okay, hi. So now is the question is about your mission. One of it is about you want to make it back the bus service, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So what I know. Okay. So what I know is before pandemic is actually have, but after this the school make it away already is because the financial problem and because the lack of the driver. So since if the school management is already rejected, how you want to make it back?
Let me talk about what's my initial plan to achieve this. Initially we can survey and gather the needs from our students and to prove to our university whether it is reasonable to restart it. But on the second part, what if we are rejected? Like the previous year, we came up with a solution that we can gather information and go out look for some other third-party bus drivers like that, and then to form already ready proposal, and then to ask school administration whether it's feasible and how much they could invest in this. Because if we just run by school, maybe the cost is higher. Maybe the third party, and also we need to pay some small amount of money to support that.
Okay, I have a question. What you said you want to do, and you know we are the candidates of the 7th student council, right? And the 5th student council, they do all the things you just mentioned, and they have the proposal for the bus, for the driver, for the money, and for all the fund for when the bus go, when the bus arrive. And what do you think you can make impossible thing to possible?
Actually, this thing I understand. Last year, actually, also my friend in the student council told me about this process and your achievement or what you tried to make it happen. And it's actually the school is not happy about that. The reason is how we can prove it is reasonable or not. It's about how we can gather information enough and to show what's the demand. If the demand is high enough, actually this is not only about us, it's also about our students. If our students truly need it, I will try to push it. But if the feedback from our university students is not to have a high demand, it's okay that we can switch to other things.
Okay. So for your concern, I know. But actually, for all of the problems, we also have already made a proposal and submit to them. And like what you say is like, we can ask the student first. If most of them want, then we can try to persuade the school management, right? But if I ask them, would we want to make it back the school bus service? Sure, all of them will approve with it because school bus is really benefit for us. But since the school management is also already reject it, and we also already gathered the information from them, and if they still reject it, what you still can do it?
I like to say, because I'm not sure how is the information actually you gather is like maybe it's like how many demand 1 week or 1 day to go to one destination. I'm not sure about that. Can you explain? Can you provide that information to me?
Okay, so the proposal that
Now we close the questioning for PO1. Session for PO1 is now closing. Thank you PO1 for answering the questions. Now we open the questions for PO2. Audience, for President number 1 and President number 3, you are open to questions the vision and mission of President number 2. You may start now. Your 4 minutes starts now. Thank you.
Okay, it's me again. Yeah, so about just one question. It's about the electricity bill thing. Yeah, I know that you guys too also got mentioned about this, but I have no time on him lah. So I ask you. Yeah, so on the electricity bill thing, like you say you want to manage it to make it more reasonable. Like how you can solve it actually?
We all know that we can divide it into three parts. The first part is about the electricity machine in your room, and the second part is the delivered part. It is the electricity tube, and third part is the charge rate, right? So we just we will find some professional electricity, maybe workers, yes. And we also will invite some lecturers, invite some students. We can find it together. It will be the transparent evidence. And the next part, we find the problem where it is, and we will solve it step by step.
Okay, so for this, and for your information, actually for this problem, we Student Council 2024 to 2025 term, our student welfare with TY and also David there, they also do about this thing, like because many students also say that about this question. Yeah, so they also have some people professional, then they also have the people from 107 and those staff to have a test, and after this they check everything normal, so only like maybe got some is like a bit abnormal, and they also do the changes already. Yeah, so like the changes that now you want is what different to the past one?
As far as I know, the last student council they do is first they connect with the ASCA, and ASCA send the workers to every documentary to check what happened. And in my opinion, we don't just invite the workers in our school. It doesn't mean I don't believe them, but I mean I need someone that is really security, is really balanced. I need someone to come from outside of our campus to check what it is.
Actually, I got one question about. You mentioned that you want to set up some delivery food locker. I'm curious that the lockers, where does it come from? Will it by some third party or managed by us?
Okay, about the delivery food lockers. I mean, everybody knows that there is a big company in China mainland. It's called Meituan, right? It is really successful in China mainland, and it have successful completely deliver routine. So I will contact them and learn what they did, learn their experience, and maybe I will buy the locker from them.
So we manage it by ourselves. We just buy lockers and manage it by ourselves. But I think manage by ourselves is a little bit harder, because if you want to set up these lockers in dorm or in our B1 front door, but how can you make sure there's always somebody to check or who to manage that?
Okay, about this question, I will connect it with the ASCA department, yes. Because the tools, repair and the electricity machines is all they need to do. And next part about, because we buy it from the Meituan company, and we will contact them to ensure that they will check the locker maybe every year. Yes.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, now we end the session for questioning for PO2. We now end the session for questioning PO2. Now we start the session for questioning PO3. We would like PO1 and PO2 to question anything regarding beneficent emission for PO3. The session start now. Your 4 minutes counting from now. Thank you.
Yeah. To PO3, I just want to ask, do you have any exact commitment or anything like this? Because I noticed that in your post, mostly not this information. And during your speech, I think it's good. It told us a good vision and told about yourself, but I'm still not so sure what you're gonna do like that.
Okay, so for first, thank you for your praise first. And about your problem, it's like, okay, so first I want to make it is like, I want to make a comment box for students, like I can put at somewhere, like maybe most students will pass by one, and I will make a comment box to let students to comment or raise up their problem, that what their problem, what they face in XMUM now, and I will try to get the most comment or most problem that they facing, and I will try to face that problem first.
Well, I understand that. So just basically currently not, but you can get some later. I mean,
Can you repeat again?
I mean just does it mean that currently you do not have exact things to do, but maybe after you elected, we'll raise one from student, right?
Yeah, sure. Actually, and in my speech, I also gonna mention it. Other than this, I also want to try to make some more academic or career activities to let more students have more opportunities on those things. And I also want to make like more events for students, like because you also know that our students actually sometimes they also quite stressed. Yeah, so I wanted to make some event to make them not so stressed, like at least can make them to become more happier a bit. Yeah, so this is my goal.
Yeah, that sounds good. But it maybe just me sounds something very general and not so special, like very much resemble the past one. Just focus on some activities, but this is something that every student can also well do.
Okay, so the main goal is just I want to make academic or career events and also student life activities event. Like what you say is mainly common is because on those problems, I'm not sure that those problems is what I want or student wants. I want to make them solve the problem that student really want, but not only what I want. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, I have some questions. First question is that in your poster, I see that one part is you want to add more student activities, right? And the second part is about the career and intern. So, what do you think about the welfare part? Do you think our life is good enough? Do you think our documentary is very successful?
Okay, so for welfare, actually our student every time also will raise up all the problem. So why don't we see what the problem they face first, then we try our best to help it them.
I believe we can see, just like on the Explorer, there was so many students that they said a lot of problems. Why you see just you don't know what they face?
Okay, since you also know that this is an explorer, it's just like a confession. Yeah, if you face any problem, if you really face any problem, why don't you just raise it up to student council, but you just raise it up to the confession? If you raise it to the confession, do you think student council will help you? No. So you need to raise up to the student council, only they will help you, right?
I don't understand you. Why you want students ask us, not we these students? And do you mean you want to ignore all the problems here?
I didn't say that I ignore the problem. Like if I as a student, I face the problem, I IG student council, like what you say, 小红书 or email student council. We have so many platforms to wait for the student to raise up their problem, and we are ready to listen. Like why student wanted to raise up in the confession, and just raise up in the confession, and other student agree it, and wait until the problem become bigger, then what will happen? Like why you didn't just raise up the problem to student council? This is the problem.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is your chance to ask the tough questions, challenge the candidates, and hear firsthand how they'll respond to the issues that matter most to you.
好了，同学们，现在轮到你们了。这是向候选人提出犀利问题，了解他们应对重要议题方式的好机会。
We will now be opening the floor for a Q&A session with all our candidates. If you have a question, please raise your hand and we will pass you the mic.